you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Thank you so much for joining me today. So in this video, I'm doing something a little bit different, and I want to talk to you about planning and planners and what I plan to do for 2023. So as you guys know, I have been a huge fan, or am a huge fan, of the Hobonichi Techo, and I have been using this since 2017. And this is what you'd call a planner slash memory keeper. And I do have some videos, or I have a video on my channel showing you how I use this as a memory keeper. But I also have a work planner, and that is, I've been using the Archer and Olive book for this. This is more of a, what would you call it? This is more of a bullet journal style, so I'm able to mix it up every month and do something different. You know, write in my calendar or change it depending on what my needs are. But as I've been using this Archer and Olive, what I have found is I don't love setting it up every month. I think you saw that September. Let's see if I can find that month again. This is my monthly setup, and this is something that I do every single month. And I just started getting lazy the last, I would say, 6 months, and I stopped doing it because I didn't stop using the planner, but I stopped setting it up per month because I just didn't want to go towards the effort. So I know there's a lot of people that are now using the bullet journals, and they're making all these really beautiful designs, and it's art, and they're using stamps and all that stuff. I love how those look, but that is not how I'm using my work planner. My work planner, I just want it to be simple and easy. I want to be able to grab it every month and use it and not have to put too much effort into it. So I was looking for a different system for this. I had thought a lot about the Hobonichi. So this is my Hobonichi right now. I had thought a lot about using the Hobonichi, but the biggest thing that was keeping me from using the Hobonichi are the daily pages. Because in my work journal, I want to be able to just have a blank page so that I can do, let me see if I can find some of the stuff that I do, like, so that I can add like plans and ideas for projects that I'm working on. Here's more ideas of stuff, and then lists of to-dos. But I love to be able to just like come up with ideas and just have a blank page for that instead of having to worry about the dailies. And I know there's a lot of people out there that can just ignore the dates and just use the pages. I have a really hard time doing that. And I also feel like an A5 is maybe just a tad too big for me. So when I found that Sterling Ink came out with her own planner that was essentially so similar to the Hobonichi in that the layouts are very similar, and I will do a comparison, or maybe I'll do that in a separate video. Maybe I'll do that in a separate video actually, but they're basically identical. There's a few extra pages in there, which I'm really excited about, but the Hobonichi it definitely has more color. If you can just see from the spine, let me see. If you can just see from the spine, there's definitely more color in the Hobonichi. It's printed, the grids are printed color. You probably can't tell. Like I said, I will do a side-by-side review of the Hobonichi and this new planner. I feel like I am getting a little ahead of myself. But what I really loved about the Hobonichi is I love the paper. Love the paper, love the color, love the grid. The grid is a little bit smaller than 4 millimeters, so I really love that size. I can't remember the exact size, but I really love that size, and it's perfect for my memory keeping. If you guys are interested to see how I'm using this, I think I already said that. I will have a link down below and also at the end so you can see how I'm using this as a memory planner. All right, so let's dive into this. I'm super excited to be able to share this with you guys. So it is from Sterling Ink, and this is something I pre-ordered. I saw that she had come out with these. She did a video showing the inside, and I was like, sold. And honestly, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to buy it is because I love the size. It's a B6 size, so it's a little bit smaller than the A6. And the Tomoe River paper. I have fallen in love with the Tomoe River paper, and I needed that for another journal. And that's honestly one of the reasons why I keep buying the Hobonichi, is because of the paper, but I also really love the layout. So I'm going to walk you through this journal, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to be using it for my work. Like I said, I'm going to be using the Hobonichi this year. I do have one for 2023 for my memory keeping / personal planner journal. And so this is going to be my work one, and it's going to replace my Archer and Olive, because while I do love bullet journaling and it's so fun, like my daughter bullet journals and she really loves it, I want something that's just going to be a little bit easier for me in 2023, so I don't have to worry about all this setup. So let me get just a little bit closer so I don't have to keep moving my the book up and down, so not to make you guys sick. Okay, here we go. I'm moving it up. So this is beautiful texture. I hope you guys can see that texture. It's so beautiful. The black one was this like textured paper, and then the pink one I believe is a faux leather. I wasn't sure that I would like the faux leather, so I opted for the black. I really like the black. I like the classy. This is so beautiful in gold. You can see that it's called the Common Planner. It does have gold on the edges, and I feel like if anything were different about this planner, it would be the gold on the edges, because I don't really love that look, but it's not enough to deter me from buying it, obviously. Okay, so just diving in. Like I said, it is Tomoe River paper. It's thin, it's beautiful. I cannot wait to write on this and use it. So the first page that we come to is a calendar. This is just an overview. Ways that I will likely use this for work is I'm either going to, actually, I think what I'll do for work is I might use this for my project life and cross off the weeks that I do in my project life. I did that for, let me see, let me keep that open. I'm gonna just grab my Hobonichi and show you. Oh, that's my current one. Show you this one. So this is kind of what I did for Project Life here. You can see that I changed this date to 2019. So this was 2020 and 2019, and I would cross off the weeks that I did, and then I could easily see the weeks that I had not done for my Project Life. So I may do that, or I may do something else. I hadn't quite decided exactly. I may circle the dates that I have things due, but I think I'll probably do that on my calendar page. So I might do something like the Project Life, and that will help me stay up to date, I think. Okay, so then I come to a blank page. I was thinking that it might be really cool to put in like my word for the year and do like a word map or something like that to kind of help me as I'm gathering ideas and goals for the year. Okay, sorry, I had a phone call. All right, so the next page here is a goal breakdown. I'm just gonna lift this up so you can see it a little bit better. So you can see we've got someday, 1 year, half year, and then quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. So several different goals, and in different ways you can write down those goals. They're in columns, and they are kind of sectioned off into box. So I think that you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals for each thing, and then, you know, write down some ideas and stuff like that. So love the idea of some kind of a mind map here that will help you help me set my goals and intentions there. Then the next 4 pages are quarterly pages. And again, I'm just going to lift this up so you can see it a little bit better. So we've got quarter 1 is January through March. We've got priorities, and then each month has a section. And then on this side, there is each month by the day, and it has each day written down. So for this quarterly page, what I've decided to do for this page is to write down the projects that I'm working on. So this book is going to be for memory keeping. It's not memory keeping, well, memory keeping in the work sense, you know, the planning of the scrapbooking, right? Planning and my ideas and stuff like that. But it's also going to be for other projects like cross stitch or knitting. I just started a knitting project, or even the food that I've been making. Like I've been doing pies this year, and next year I want to work on breads and pastries. I'd love to get better at doing laminated breads. So I will likely put down each month the things that, or the projects that I want to work on for the month. And I will do that every quarter. And that's going to help me know what to put on my to-do list every week, what things. I will also have things on here that are due, maybe ideas for my YouTube channel that I want to do for that month. And that way I can always come back and look at the things that I wanted to do for that month so I can keep on target. And then of course the priority section, I could write down the things that are priorities, like especially the things that have due dates on there for sure. All right, so for these pages, let me just bring that up to show you one more time. We've got the months and then we've got the days all laid out here. So the Hobonichi has something very similar to this, and in my memory keeping planner or my personal planner, I've been using this to do like habits. So I'll put habits up here and then I will track them down here. Let me see if I can show you that. Here we go. I've got my habits and then I'm checking them off. You can see that a little bit better, but you can also see that like there's several months I didn't even do, and I didn't even finish part of them. So I'm not really good about that. And I don't really need to check off my habits in here. So for my work journal, or excuse me, my work planner, I'm going to use this as an index. And the thought is, so I'll get into this in just a minute, but the daily pages are just blank. That's one of the great things about this planner is it's blank. There's no daily pages that have the date on there. So in order to make this an index, now they are numbered, okay? So that will help you stay organized. But I will likely, when I use the dailies, I will likely stamp a date. I could even write down the date. But then whatever I've worked on that day, so let's say I'm working on some December daily ideas, I can write in, December daily ideas. And I was also thinking that I could use like a marker, a mild liner, something that's colored that I could underline or highlight. And that way I could easily look at all the memory keeping. So the memory keeping would be blue, the cross stitch would be green, and then I could open this up and I can see, oh, okay, I worked on cross stitch on, the 10th of January, and then I could go find that day. So I will likely put what it is that I worked on that day, and then I will also have the page number. So instead of having to find the date, I can just quickly turn to the page number. So that's how I'm going to use this section. And as we go through the book, you'll see we've got quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, and they're all together. All of the quarters are all together. All right, then we are going to move to the monthlies. So for these monthlies, how I was using them in my Archer and Olive is I was using it to do plan the content for my YouTube channel. So I will do the same thing, when I've got a video that I'm working on, let's say this video, and I know that it's coming up, I know that I want to do it, I will add it the 14th of January that I want to talk about planning. And then that way I will know, how many days ahead do I actually need to film that video, like likely the week before I'll film the video, do the editing, and that will help me just keep on track. That way I will also put not to-dos, but when I have an assignment that is due, I will put that in there as well, probably in like a red pen or something so it will stand out so I know that it is due. And they have, let's see, it's all the months. It starts with December of this year and then it goes to January of 2024, which is really nice because you can kind of do some forward planning if you want to do that. All right, now we are going to get into the weeklies again. This is the same as the Hobonichi, and like I said, I will do a comparison side by side in another video. But it's the same thing. It is a little bit smaller or a little bit more condensed because of the size. And this is where I'm going to do my to-do list. It's really like, it does have the time on the side. I'm not even going to worry about the time on the side. I'm just going to do my to-dos for the day and the things that I want to accomplish. I may even in this spot here write down the things that I want to get done this week. and then fill in where I want to actually do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it that way, but that's definitely an option. So it just has all of the weeks throughout the year all together. And then once the weeks are done, then we have our dailies. And like I said, the dailies are blank pages and they are all numbered. And I think if I remember, it's 369. So 369. So there's definitely a page every single day. So if you wanted to do a page a day, you could. But you definitely don't have to do that. You could do 5 pages in one day and then you could not do anything the next day. I will definitely not be using this during the weekend. It's very rare that I pick up my work planner during the weekend. However, this is going to be more of a work/project planner, so I likely will pick it up and use it on the weekend because that's often when I will do like stitching and things like that. So I definitely will be using this more on the weekend. So I'm just really excited to be able to, have my to-dos, have my ideas, and not have to worry about setting this all up. Now, there are reasons why I like having dated pages already, and I will explain that in another video. But there's so many reasons why I really, really love having the blank. And for work, a blank is perfect because when I'm doing ideas, let's say for a week in the life, I might need like multiple pages and I don't have to worry about the date, and not having everything on the same day. So I just know that I can find everything and I don't have to worry about the days. So anyway, I really, really love this. I love how monochromatic this is, that it's gray. That's one thing that I didn't really talk about, is just how clean and simple this is. And clearly, if you know me, you know that I love this. So the grid is the same size as the Hobonichi, and it is dotted instead of like a solid line. I really, really love this. And I really love how it's grayed out instead of colored. You can see on the monthly how those days of the week are just lightly grayed out. She did a beautiful job with this. I love the different type that she used. I'm just in love with this. Like, I really am in love with this. I wish I had bought 2. I was like, should I try and buy another one? But I decided no, because I did buy the 2023 Hobonichi that I am going to be using for my memory planner. And like I said, I will be doing that video. And when I do that video, I will go into why I'm going to continue to use my Hobonichi for this year. And what, I will just compare and contrast, but I will explain a little bit about, why I love this for my memory planning. So anyway, you guys, that's going to be it for this video. I will say that I did pre-order these, but she is going to have more available. Now, I don't know how many she ordered, and I have a feeling she doesn't have like a ton available to purchase. But I believe they're going to be available on November 18th. So check out Sterling Ink, her Instagram. She also has a YouTube that she will probably have more information on the exact day and the exact time. I think it's the 18th in the evening sometime, maybe 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I could be totally wrong, so definitely check Sterling Ink. And I will tell you, she has a black and a pink available. The black is more of a paper texture. The pink is a faux leather. And then she has the full year, which is what I have, is the full year. And then she has a half year. So if you're interested in the half year as well. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.